Tutorial will explain what components are and how to create a new one. A component is a group of lines that make up a section that may be repeated multiple times within an inspection. Bedrooms and bathrooms are often set up as components in a template because there are varying numbers of each of these in each property you inspect. Having them set up as components makes it simpler to have the exact number of them that you need for each inspection. Now, let's take a look at how to create a new one. First, we need to open up the Inspection Designer program. To do this, we're going to open up the PDspect icon and then click on Create Edit Inspection Forms in the lower left corner. Once the program is open, we need to open up the template that we'll be making changes to. So we're going to click on Open. We'll be working with the basic residential inspection template, so we'll highlight that and then click on OK. We're now looking at the main Inspection Designer screen with our template open. To view our components, we need to switch to the Component Library. To do this, we're going to click on Component Library, and we can now see a list of all of our components. There are two different ways to add in a new component. The first way is to copy, paste, and then rename an existing component. This method makes the most sense if you want to duplicate some of the content already in an existing component. Let's take a look at how to do this first. The first step is to right-click on a component you want to make a copy of in the component list on the left. So let's go ahead and right-click on Bedroom, and then we're going to select Copy. Next, we need to right-click again, but this time we're going to click on Paste. As you can see, we now have two bedroom components. The final step is to rename the component to give it whatever name you want. To do that, we're going to click on this button here. It's going to pull up the component properties. All we have to do is type in the new name. So we're going to call this New Component, and then click on OK when finished typing in the name. A message pops up about the library list. This is related to the drop-downs for each of the items in this component. Since we're adding in a new component, we're going to select No. We now have our new component that can be customized as desired. The second way to add in a component is to add in a new blank component. We can do this by clicking on Add Category from the toolbar. Next, the Component Properties screen appears, and we need to give this component a new name. Let's call this New Component 2, and then click on OK. As you can see, our new component is now added in. Since it is a new component, it doesn't have any lines yet. You can now begin adding in new lines as needed, and for more information on how to do this, watch the tutorial on adding lines. The final step is to add a component placeholder into a category. And to do this, we're going to switch back to our template category. Let's say if we want to add the newly created component into the Lots and Grounds category. To do this, we need to click on Lots and Grounds. Now, we're going to go up top, and we're going to click on Add, Line, and we're going to select Component Placeholder. The properties come up, and here we need to select what component we want to add in. So let's go ahead, and we're just going to select our new component 2 at the bottom. The second property is how many of these you want to include by default. This means when you start an inspection, how many of these components do you want to automatically be added in? We're just going to leave this at 1, so we're going to click OK. And now, if you scroll to the bottom here, you'll see we have a placeholder for add another new component, and when you click on it, it adds it in. Of course, there weren't any lines in this, so it simply adds in a location line, but whatever changes you would have made to it would have appeared here. This concludes the tutorial on what is a component and how do you create a new one.